Hi, and welcome to NPN. I'm Whiskey Mike.
And I'm Keeper.
Tonight, we will be covering the African Corps and the tactics they employ in Mali, the response to Specialist Sarah Beckinson's passing, Trump Jr. on the Ukraine war, Venezuelan military bolstering of forces, water damage at the Louvre, changes to free days at national parks, the return of 100 kidnapped Nigerian school kids, and Guyana online schooling launching.
The African Corps has taken the place of the Wagner Group, partnering with the military in Mali to hunt down extremists. However, this change has not brought peace to the region. Refugees from the affected area are speaking out against the African Corps, describing a scorched earth policy. One Malian chief reported that villages are being burned to the ground. Disturbing videos from refugees support these claims, and many are discovering the bodies of their loved ones, with organs like kidneys and livers missing. These atrocities are grimly familiar, echoing previous reports of the Wagner Group's activities. The soldiers speak to no one, stated a chief who fled his village. Anyone they see, they shoot. No questions, no warning. People don't even know why they are being killed. When the Africa Corps arrived about 6 months ago, the local population hoped for an end to the brutality. Instead, the Sahel region has now been labeled by some sources as the deadliest place on the globe.
Last Thursday, flags on all federal buildings, military bases, embassy consulates, and U.S. facilities abroad were ordered to be flown at half staff in remembrance of Army Specialist Sarah Beckinson. Specialist Beckinson was killed in an ambush in downtown Washington while on patrol with another guardsman. The attacker, identified as Rahman Hula Lakawal, was reportedly waiting near the West Faro metro station. Footage from the scene shows him taking aim and firing at the two soldiers while shouting Allahu Akbar. Both Specialist Beckinson and her colleague, Specialist Wolf, were hospitalized following the attack. Tragically, Specialist Beckinson succumbed to her injuries the next day. As of December 9th, 2025, Specialist Wolf remains in critical condition. Mr. Lockenwall is now facing a number of serious charges, including first-degree murder while armed, assault with intent to kill, and multiple firearms offenses. He is currently being held without bail as he awaits trial.
President Trump's eldest son, Trump Jr., recently shared a business perspective on the war in Ukraine and the relationship between his father and Elon Musk. Trump Jr. suggested that the American involvement in the Ukraine war might decrease as the domestic war on drugs intensifies. He stated that the American public doesn't have the appetite for endless conflicts, and funding what he called the Ukraine war machine. He also controversially describes Ukraine as a far more corrupt country than Russia. Shifting to domestic topics, Trump Jr. confirmed that despite previous tensions, President Trump and Elon Musk are now on cordial terms. He states they're very similar that way, so it created some headaches, but the reality is they're both very much aligned. He also said, they're on message with what we want to do with our country. He concluded by praising Elon Musk as a once-in-a-generation type of intelligence.
In response to an increasing United States presence in the Caribbean, Venezuela has bolstered its military, recruiting 5,600 new soldiers. This brings the total size of the Venezuelan army to approximately 200,000 soldiers, with a national police force of a similar size, according to official reports. General Tabata has noted a recent surge in volunteers wishing to enlist in the armed forces. Tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela have escalated following recent attacks on ships in the Caribbean suspected of drug trafficking, which resulted in the deaths of 87 people. President Trump has accused Venezuela of smuggling drugs into the United States, a claim that Caracas denies. The Venezuelan government maintains that the U.S. actions are driven by a desire to control the nation's oil reserves.
The Louvre suffered another significant loss this week after hundreds of books in its Egyptian antiquity library sustained water damage. The full cost of the damage has yet to been estimated, as experts are still assessing the extent of the restoration needed, and more damaged books continue to be discovered. This incident highlights a deterioration in the museum's facilities and raises concerns about the state of one of the world's most famous cultural institutions. It comes only a few weeks after a high-profile heist at the Louvre where valuables totaling £76 million were stolen. The deputy administrator of the Louvre stated that only one of the 3 rooms in the Egyptian Antique Library was affected by the leak. They also acknowledged that the issue had been known for years, but repairs were not scheduled until September 2026. Although discovered recently, it is believed the leak may have started sometime last month, further underscoring the building's maintenance issues.
The Department of the Interior has announced changes to the list of free entry days at national parks for the coming year, removing both Martin Luther King Jr. Day and Juneteenth. The updated list of free entry days now includes the 4th of July weekend, President Theodore Roosevelt's birthday, and President Trump's birthday. The anniversary of the Great American Outdoors Act and National Public Lands Day have also been removed from the 2026 free day list. In addition to these changes, the department has adjusted entry fees to support an American First policy. Prices for U.S. residents will be decreased, while costs for foreign visitors will be increased. An annual pass for residents will cost $80. Non-residents will be charged over 3 times that amount for the same pass. For non-resident visitors without an annual pass, the entry fee will be $100 per person. These new fees are in addition to the standard entry fee and are primarily directed at the 11 most popular national parks.
The Nigeria government has successfully rescued 100 of the 303 school children who were abducted on November 21st. It is estimated that at least 50 children managed to escape within the first 2 days of kidnapping. This leaves approximately 153 children still missing. In addition to the students, 15 teachers were also taken during the attack. The attack that occurred on St. Mary's School in Agwara, Niger State. This event is the latest in a tragic trend that has seen at least 1,500 children abducted in Nigeria over the last decade. A crisis that gained international attention following the Boko Haram kidnapping of 276 schoolgirls from Chibok. Nigeria's security situation has been under intense global scrutiny, particularly after President Trump threatened military action over the reported persecution of Christians in the country. The Nigerian government responded to President Trump's comments, stating they misrepresent the nation's complex security challenges.
In Georgetown, Guyana, the government has launched an online school aimed at significantly increasing educational access across the South American nation's vast regions. The school has already enrolled over 30,000 students. Currently offering high school courses with plans for an expanded curriculum next year, this initiative represents a crucial step forward in Guyana's investment in a digital educational future. Mr. Tularam, the Deputy Chief Education Officer, commented on the program stating, "We are not investing to be fashionable. We're not investing to please consultants. We're not investing to follow global trends blindly. We're investing because this is where the global opportunity is being created." In further efforts to boost education, the nation has also resumed its free university education program, which has been paused since the mid-1990s. I tried to say specialist and Sarah at the same time.
It is right after it.
Yes, yep.
Okay.
Nope, this is just me. I'm just a Texan who can't fucking pronunciate nothing. United States President. The United States President. Volunteers wishing to enlist in the armed forces. Forces.
Hot forces.
Hot forces in my area.
Forces. Hot shingles in my area, say.
Convicted of drug trafficking.
You missed a whole line. Guyana.
Guyana.
Le Fin.
Finn. Man, did we go through those that fast?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Because instead of having the one-liners,
Yeah.
we're condensing all of them, and it flows.
Yeah, it felt that went fast. Holy hell.
Yeah.